The email sat in Maya's drafts folder for 27 minutes while she rewrote the same sentence 5 different ways. I'm sorry, but I can't make it to the meeting because... She paused. Her fingers hovered over the keyboard. The cursor blinked like a heartbeat. Because why? Because she'd worked 60 hours that week already? Because her daughter had a fever? Because she simply couldn't do one more thing? Maya had spent 34 years explaining herself. To teachers, to bosses, to dates who asked why she ordered salad when she wanted a burger, to strangers who questioned her choices like they owned stock in her life. She deleted the sentence. I won't be attending the meeting. Send. Her heart pounded. No excuse. No apology. No 6-paragraph justification for existing on her own terms. The first person to challenge her was Derek from accounting. He cornered her by the coffee machine, arms crossed, eyebrows raised like question marks. So, what was so important that you couldn't make the meeting? The old Maya would have stammered, would have listed every reason, every valid excuse, shrinking herself smaller and smaller until she disappeared into the tile floor. The new Maya took a sip of coffee. It didn't work for my schedule. Derek waited for more. Maya gave him nothing but steady eye contact. He shifted his weight, uncrossed his arms, walked away. It felt like flying. At dinner that night, her mother attacked the chicken with surgical precision. You know, when I was your age, I never missed a work meeting. Not once. Maya used to shrivel under that tone, used to launch into defense mode, listing achievements like evidence at trial. Look, Mom, see? I'm worthy. I promise. Please approve. Instead, she passed assault. Things are different now. Her mother's fork paused midair. Different how? Just different. The silence stretched between them like taffy. Her mother's lips pressed into a thin line, but she returned to her chicken. Maya felt something crack open in her chest, not breaking, but blooming. The research was clear. The more women explain themselves, the less power they hold. Society had trained her to soften every word, to apologize for taking up space, to justify decisions that required no justification. But something shifted that Tuesday afternoon at 3:47 p.m. when she pressed send. She stopped writing novels when no would do. She stopped apologizing for her body, her voice, her choices. She stopped performing the exhausting dance of making others comfortable with her existence. Her boss called her into his office the following week. You seem different lately. The old Maya would have panicked, would have scrambled to decode what different meant. Too aggressive? Too confident? Too much? Different how? She asked, borrowing her mother's question. He leaned back in his chair, studying her. More direct. Is that a problem? No. Actually, no. He looked surprised by his own answer. It's refreshing. Maya stood to leave. That's all, he asked. That's all. As she walked out, she heard him laugh, a genuine sound of respect, not dismissal. Research showed women were taught from childhood to prioritize cooperation and likability, while boys received reinforcement for leadership behaviors. Maya had internalized that message so deeply she'd forgotten what her own voice sounded like without apology coding every syllable. But silence, she discovered, was its own kind of power, not empty silence, not the silence of submission, the silence of certainty, of knowing her worth didn't require a dissertation defense. Her daughter noticed. Mom, why didn't you explain to Grandma why we couldn't visit? Maya knelt down to 8-year-old eye level. Because I don't owe everyone an explanation for every choice I make. Neither do you. Emma's eyes widened. But teachers are right about some things. But your choices, your boundaries, your life, those belong to you. You can say no without writing an essay about why. Emma hugged her tight. Maya held her daughter and hoped she'd never spend 34 years learning to trust her own voice. Not everyone understood. Some people called her cold, difficult, unfriendly. Let them. The people who truly mattered, the ones who respected her, didn't need novels. They accepted her full stop. Maya stopped collecting explanations like insurance policies against judgment. She stopped treating her decisions like crimes requiring alibis. She simply lived. 3 months later, she got the promotion Derek had wanted. He tried the coffee machine ambush again. How did you... Hard work, she interrupted. Not defensive, not apologetic. Just fact. He opened his mouth, closed it, nodded, walked away. Maya smiled into her coffee cup. The day she stopped explaining herself wasn't the day she became free. It was the day she realized she'd always been free. She'd just been handing other people keys to her cage, one explanation at a time. Now she kept the keys. And the cage door stayed open. Because the most powerful word in any woman's vocabulary isn't yes or sorry. It's the silence that comes after she said all she needs to say and not one syllable more.